a lot of people don't know how to like communicate, they don't know how to network, and also they don't know how to follow instructions. So if you go to college, it kind of give you that structure, and then it kind of allows you to be able to be a better entrepreneur. I heard this one thing, I think it was from Jim Rohn. He said, turn off the TV and turn on your life. So you stop tapping into the shade room and you start listening to audiobooks by, high-level entrepreneurs. It's going to impact your mindset a lot different. Let's give you two websites that nobody on social media is going to tell you about for free. So one of them is...
What's going on, family? It's your boy Darius, man, back with another episode of Influence to Impact podcast, where we have influential and impactful conversations. And man, my guy today making a big impact on the world, helping all these people get funny, all these people go crazy with digital products. He going crazy with the products, so I had to bring him on. My guy Zaki, what's going on, family?
What's up, brother?
How you feeling?
Amazing.
Good. Hey, man, I know we've been talking for a few weeks, bro. I know I had to get you in here. We a little overdue, but better late than never. So listen. Point of my podcast, a few things. I know you got nothing but free sauce for them, so I'm excited about that part. But be even more so, one of the first things I like to do is I want people, when they see you and they listen to you, to resonate and understand that if you could do it, they could do it, right? So first, I just want to talk to you. Before you were who you were now, before you were impacting others' lives, helping people change their lives, what was life like before entrepreneurship?
Just like anybody else, I was struggling. I grew up with a single mother, so we didn't know much about finance. We didn't know much about how to make money online. But after being in college, being broke, I got invited to like a network marketing meeting. And that's pretty much like what my life changed. Is I got exposed to people making a lot of money, a lot of things I never heard of.
That's dope. Hey, we're going to get into that too. Okay, so you, Mom Dukes, grew up figuring it out, went to college. Let me ask you this though real quick. Do you feel like college... And I'm asking this because I just like to understand people's perspective. Do you think college is a scam?
No,
Okay, tell me why.
because a lot of people don't know how to like communicate, they don't know how to network, and also they don't know how to follow instructions. So if you go to college, it kind of give you that structure, and then it kind of allows you to be able to be a better entrepreneur.
That's good. Hey, I agree with that part. So someone asked me that before, and I was like, yeah, it's a scam, but I was saying more so because of the amount that you pay versus the return. But I love what you said. College, what I feel like, it doesn't have a whole lot of transferable tactical skills, but one thing it do have is great. It forces you to have to go to class. You got to get to class. You got to balance trying to figure out life with getting it done in the classroom and stuff. So I definitely 100% agree, and they communicating because I'm kind of an introvert too. I don't know. Are you like an introvert?
Facts.
Yeah. So school kind of forces you to have to network and stuff. That's good. Okay. So you came home. Let's talk about MLM, because really that was your introduction to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And a lot of people kind of like shit on MLM a little bit. Like, oh, this is what they say? It's like a chain. Yeah. But all the entrepreneurs that I'm meeting that's lit are finding all of y'all are saying, yeah, at one point I did MLM. So what specifically do you think an MLM prepared you for what you do now?
It's the like cult like mentality. So it's like all they do is have you listening to all of this personal development, and they make you kind of like realize your thoughts are super powerful. So, and network marketing is hard. Like you praying on your friends, you praying on your family. So when you get in an environment where you don't have to do that, it's so easy to, get people to shop with you versus like praying on people to come through.
Damn. Now that's good. So how do you feel? How important do you feel? Because I noticed someone listening, you talk about personal development. And we know that being successful is a mindset thing. What would you tell someone? What are some actionable steps that they can do now to change their mindset, to start thinking with a growth mindset versus a poverty mindset?
I heard this one thing, I think it was from Jim Rohn. He said, turn off the TV and turn on your life. So you stop tapping into the shade room and you start listening to audiobooks by, high-level entrepreneurs. It's going to impact your mindset a lot different.
That's a fact. Hey, that's good. Say that about one more time. Turn off the TV
And turn on your life.
Hey, that's good. Hey, I'm about to steal that by next girl. We better go crazy. All right, so good. So, definitely, what he just said, y'all. I tell you all the time, 90% of success is about how you think. It's not what you do, right? For MLM, you now doing funding. You now selling digital products. It's all essentially the same thing. The only difference was the tactical skill. But at MLM, y'all do a lot of like sales presentations and team better. Do you feel like that's helped you in terms of being a national leader, having this team now and selling?
Yeah, I was 20 years old when I got in network marketing, so I was forced to lead other kids and other people just like myself who didn't know shit. So I would be in living rooms talking to people twice my age, wondering why this opportunity could impact them. So I had to get the nervousness out of my system fast if I wanted to make money.
That's hard. So really, and I always say, everyone has something in like, everyone was listening to that shit. You always got something in your life that things didn't happen to you, it happened for you, right? And people be like, oh, network marketing this, but nah, if you weren't forced to sit your ass in that chair at 20 years old, talk to these people, your confidence wouldn't be where it's at now. To where you could go, you doing webinars, you talking to people, you on the internet posting all that. My boy content going crazy, right? So all of these things that you develop now is your advantage now. So let's fast forward to now, you being someone who's leading in your industry. How do I, because I see you talk about funding, how do I come to you and you help me get funding?
First thing we got to do is we got to see if your credit is right, or we got to see if you got a business that's already generated revenue.
Okay.
And if you got decent credit, what I mean, like at least a 680 credit score, 10 accounts on your profile, you got some comparable credit, because banks ain't going to give you no money unless you already know how to handle it.
Okay.
So if you got at least 2 credit cards or like 5K limits, we can get you funded even with a brand new business that's not generating revenue. But in most cases, people got fucked up credit. So they're going to have to start making money before they can get funded.
Got you. So you're telling me, okay, let's say I had good credit. You're saying if I got no revenue, like I'm dead broke right now, if I got good credit, you can help me go get funded?
Yes, sir. Today.
That sounds crazy. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Why would the banks give me money if I ain't got no revenue coming?
Because banks trust people who are credible. So if you got good credit, it's pretty much a representation of the decisions you make financially. Dang. So they know you're going to pay them back.
So my credit, at least your profile, so it's basically like a resume that shows that if I'm trustworthy or not. That's hard. Okay, so if I'm new, I'm getting off the ground, my business is new, but I got good credit. What are some ideas, like once I get the money? Because we know most people, if they don't got a plan or infrastructure, they gonna blow the bag. So what do you tell people when they come to you and you get them the funding? What's the next steps for that person?
I say, how do you feel having this funding? They be like, I feel amazing. I'd be like, do you think you can help somebody else do the same thing? And they'd be like, with your guidance, I'd be like, cool. So this is the easiest 5 to 10,000 you can make part-time.
Hard. And then what? And you show me what?
Then I give them the systems to operate their business, and then it's up to them to just go out there and execute.
Okay, fire. Now, I know that obviously funding clients, they come to you for done for you services, but I also know me and you, we had a conversation about the digital side of things, right? And the online space is something I love. I know you love. I think most people still have a hard time understanding that they can make money packaging their knowledge and selling it to people, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm someone I come to you, that looks fun. I see you on the crib, you with your family, you out, fly, shooting videos, and I see comments going crazy, and I know you're getting some money. How can I duplicate that? If I feel like I have a skill set, maybe I'm good at, I got a few, let's say I got some Airbnbs, right? Can you help me package that up and sell it?
Absolutely.
What's that process like?
So people don't realize you get paid off the gap. So what you know versus most people don't know. So all you got to do is either put it in an ebook, just record yourself, give them some actionable steps so they can get started. And then from there, you start selling it.
So ebook, okay, so how can I make an ebook if I want to make an ebook within the next week?
You can do it today. Straight head to ChatGPT. Okay. Say, I need you to act as a copywriter and create me an ebook about Airbnb or whatever topic, and give me an outline on 5 to 10 chapters so that I could create the book. And then once you get the chapters, you say, all right, now make the chapter. Then once you get the chapter, you say, make it better. And then you just go in there and add your own personalization.
Oh, nah, that's crazy. So you said ChatGPT, tell it act as a copywriter, create me an ebook to do X goal.
And if you really want some sauce, what you do is you could grab an ebook that you bought before, and you can say, use this as an example.
He snap. Hey, he snap. Hold on, he snap. You'll get some ideas. So I get another ebook that I bought and I really like, but I don't want to plagiarize. I want to make it into my own. I could just put it in there and tell him rephrase this.
Not really rephrase this, but kind of like use this as a framework.
Okay, got you. That's hard. Now, I know there's some people who saying, so ebooks you sell $17 to $47?
I'll be selling ebooks for maybe $200 because of valuable information that can expedite your process. So why would I shortchange the information?
That's good.
I want to charge a premium price so you can actually believe in it.
That's good because if people don't believe something to change their life, they won't even take action on the facts. That makes sense. Like I be getting free books and shit. I'm like, I ain't pick it up. It look like you mean you go over that. But if I pay for that shit, I'm gonna open it. Now that's dope. That's okay, cool. But I'm a person $200 lit. And now I'm assuming $200 it gets me quality leads. Because if a person gonna pay $200 for an ebook, they're the type of person, if they find value, and they probably can spend more money with me.
Absolutely.
So if I come to you and I'm like, okay, with the digital products, right? if I want to now sell higher price things, maybe I want to do like coaching, you do coaching. How do I structure that? Is it the same formula as the ebook, or is there a difference? What's that like?
It's the same formula as far as like promotion, but when you make a course or a mentorship, you just want to give them a little bit more access. So with the course, you might give them videos, and then with the mentorship, you might give them like a weekly class or an in-person meetup, something so they could get more access to you and learn faster.
Hard. So essentially, same framework, just more access. You get on coaching calls with them, answer questions, confirmation, which makes sense because the difference is I feel like when most people, an ebook, you get the information, it's on you.
Yeah.
But we run into problems, right? And what people don't know is having the ability to ask you one question versus just guessing is the difference between $100,000.
Facts.
Right? Like, for example, you just talked about no doc funding. If I don't know what to put on the application, it could cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I could come ask you one question, it's all worth whatever you charge. What would you say a person should charge for their mentorship, the high ticket mentorship?
At least 2,500.
Okay, fire. What's the highest you say? Someone
As much as you want.
as much as you want, right? Go crazy. All right, good. I love that. I believe more people pay, they pay attention. People pay more, they pay even more attention.
I heard this the other day though. It said you want to charge a price that's gonna make you smile when somebody fulfills an invoice. So if somebody paid an invoice, you like shit. Yeah, you need to up the price.
That's a fact. Exactly. And then if I believe that people need to be a little scared before they pay an invoice too, because what I learned is, bro, I used to sell mentorship for like $997. Same one now, $7,500. And the difference in results is apples to oranges, right? And you have to make people understand that when you pay, you need to take action. If a person paid $997 and some shit, they hit a wall, they're like, it was just a band, whatever. I'll go get it somewhere else. If somebody paid $5K, $75, they're like, nah, this shit gotta work. Or I need to holler at bro and see why it ain't working.
They try to figure it out.
Exactly, right? Oh, this is so good. All right, bet. So you talked about digital products, mentorship. Now, how do I get traffic though? Because it's cool saying I could, set up your ebook, set up your mentorship. But one thing I see you do is your content go crazy organically. So talk about how you've been able to leverage content and give me some steps on how I can create content to up my game and get more leads.
So if you want to make good content, you want to go study some people. So that I'm a visual learner. So all I did is I found people that was already making good content and I studied it like, damn, they using good cameras. They got good hooks. They got good value in the video. And it's not like, hey, my name's Zaki. I'm going to teach you some shit. It's, hey, let me give you a good look. It'd be like, here's 3 banks you could go get 100,000 from. Probably, hey, I'm Zaki. I can teach you how to get 100,000. I'm going to build a freak. They like, zero.
Exactly. Okay, that's good. So break down hook, value, and you said one more thing. So for the people, they might be new. What is a hook or a visual hook? And then talk about the value part and what they should be doing, and then the end and their call to action.
I look at it like the best place to learn hooks from is the newspaper, is blog posts, is like places that, like the shade room. If you look at every shade room post, it's always going to make you want to click on it, swipe right. So I keep that same aspect with my content. So I'm like, oh snap, how can I make this sound like either too good to be true or easy to do, or just to get people interested in the information? Because if they're interested, now they're going to want to learn more. But if I make this shit sound boring, they're never going to want to tap into the information.
That's good. Okay, and then the action, the value part. Is it specific? Like, do you like just give away as much game as possible, or do you kind of host up? Or what did that look like for a person?
I give it all away. So I tell people like the best thing you can do is give it away, because the people who gatekeep the most are usually they're not lining their pockets up because people don't trust somebody that they feel is holding back. Or when you give somebody a lot of game, they're like, damn, I need to learn more from this person. Or they start to execute and realize they need a little bit more support, or they might not want to make a mistake. They're like, oh, he just told me to play, but I'm still a little insecure. But if I had this person guide me through the process, I'm going to be a lot more confident and I'm going to get faster results.
Hey, that's good, bro. Hey, he just set a bar, nothing else. Y'all be holding back on y'all content because you think that people won't shop with you. But what he's telling y'all is the more you give, the law of reciprocity, the more you'll get. And one thing you said that I actually never heard nobody say it like that is, you said, if you give enough game away, people will take action, they'll get a result, and then they realize that they need more. I never heard like that. That's real good. Are there any AI tools that we should be aware about in terms of, like, I heard you mentioned ChatGPT, that prompt was fire. Can I use either ChatGPT or some other AI stuff for adding more like value to my content or more content ideas?
Yeah, for sure. So that's what I do. So I got a list of like 150 viral looks. So I'll just be like, hey, ChatGPT, act as a copywriter for a business funding company, and I want you to create 30 pieces of short form content and use these hooks right here and then give them value, making sure it's like 30 seconds long. Make sure that you put a CTA at the end. And I ain't gonna cap, it's gonna come back with some good, some bad. Well, it's gonna give you a framework so you know, like, all right, this is fire. Or you could just do what I do, right? This a hack. I never shared this one, right? So if you really want to grow on social media, go to the people who like talk about growing on social media, right? So like, here's how you grow on Instagram. Here's how you grow on TikTok. And you flip the content about your offer. So that's how I started going viral by it. With a lot of my content, it'd be like best times to apply for, best times to post your content. And then I'll be like, oh shit, that's a fire piece of content. Let me make it about funding. So then I hit people with the best times to apply for funding. You probably seen that post hella times. But all I did was I hacked a post that went viral about growing your social media, and then I made it about my offer sales. You do that with taxes, you do that with credit, you do that with funding. It's gonna run up your, it's gonna go crazy.
Hey, that's so good. Success leaves clues. So essentially, we're stealing frameworks and creating our own around it. Bitch, don't you specific. Yeah, that's hard.
But a lot of people too lazy to do that, so they end up just copying and pasting somebody else's shit versus making it better. It's I always want to challenge people to, if you're gonna come to my page, make my content better. Don't just copy and paste it, because you're not even gonna never know how to do it. But it's just start to get creative and you start to learn. Then you got a skill set that you can actually sell ever. But if you just copying and pasting, how the fuck you gonna sell that to somebody? They gonna just come to me.
That's a fact. Hey, that's a bar. He giving us some game. So now we know how to create content that's gonna help us drop traffic. We know how to create our digital ebooks. We know how to create our mentorship. Let's talk about now. We have these things, but we want to scale, right? I know we talked about the foundation, setting up the profile. When it comes to this business funding, 0% interest business funding, right? Because I hear you talking about this on your page all the time. All right. When someone is applying, a lot of people are misinformed on what the bank's actually looking for. What are some things outside of the credit profile that these banks are looking for to give you our 0% interest funding?
They want to make sure that you got a business address that's a real business address. Okay, so a lot of people be using like trash business address, like a Staples, L Center. And it's going to get red flags, so you're either going to get denied or they're going to give you a super low limit. Okay, so picking a good business address is this important as making sure you got good credit.
Fire. Okay, cool. And then if I'm new and I don't have any like business revenue yet, does that matter? Or is there something they're looking for when they're asking us for revenue? Or what does that look like?
At least 10 bands a month.
Okay, fire. Because if not, why would they want to give me money? And that's predicted income that they're
If you're talking about for a new LLC or somebody making money.
I'm talking about a new LLC.
Oh, new LLC, they don't got to make nothing.
Oh, got me nothing. Okay, that's fire. And what are some banks that
If they got good credit.
if they got that foundation? Yeah, foundation. Okay, that's key. Now, I was gonna ask. Okay, what are some banks, or do you have like a secret or simple secrets? Like, let's say this. My Experian is jacked there right now on my personal. My Equifax, it ain't really popular right now, but my TransUnion is strong as hell. What are some banks that I can go to? Maybe that pull from like a TransUnion that I can go get some bread from.
Are you better than telling you banks? I'll tell you a website that you learn it all out.
I love it. Let's
I'll give you 2 websites that nobody on social media is going to tell you about for free. So one of them is called Credit Boards. It's pretty much an online forum, and people apply for funding and they tell you pretty much their data points, what their credit score was, even sometimes what they even put on the application. But more importantly, they tell you like everything you didn't know, like where they pull from, so it's not any guesswork. And another website is Help Me Build Credit. So if you use those 2 websites, you'll be able to figure out, okay, these banks are pulling from here. These are the data points they're looking for. And now you just go to ibanknet.com or bankbranchlocator.com and see if those banks are in your area. And if they're in your area, you just pair the information and you go run up the back.
Oh, we just getting y'all bar. I ain't even heard of the second one. What was it? Help Me with Credit?
You should have been listening. Help Me Feel Credit.
Help Me Build Credit.com. That's new. That's new to me. I promise y'all. That's fire. That's some game right there. Okay, cool. So this was dope, bro. Crazy game. I always like to end off so someone can be like, damn, I could do this next. There's someone out there who's watching this and they're like, man, Zaki, he going crazy. And they're stuck right now. They want to know how they can get out of these situations. So in 2 sentences, what are 2 things actionable that someone can take to change their life?
I always tell people, if you just move to a new city, the first thing you're going to do when you get a car or when you're trying to hit somewhere is you're going to pull out your GPS because you don't know where you're going. But in life, we try to figure everything out on our own without getting this GPS to our goals. So the best thing you could do is find a coach, find a mentor, and let them be your GPS to where you want to go in life.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And if someone wants to work with you, they want to get funding or they want to start their digital business, how can they tap in with you?
They could check out my free class I do on Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Okay.
blueprinttocapital.com.
Okay.
And literally, I'm giving out game, teaching how to run up 100,000 in funding, and also teaching how to make 100,000 with bad credit by helping people get access to capital.
So we able to get the bag and flip the bags. Absolutely. Perfect. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link in this description. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with that free class. Y'all come back and tell me it was crazy. And yeah, we're gonna get it in. I just want to say, bro, I appreciate you coming on today, giving the people some value. Instagram, YouTube, what's the name of your channels? They can follow you.
Y'all can follow me at Smartphone Billionaire on Instagram and YouTube. And then also Zaki Billions, Zaki_billions on TikTok.
Make sure y'all tap on my guy, man. He going crazy. We might have to bring him back for a second episode. He went so crazy, man. Hey, we back with another episode of Influence to Impact podcast, man. I hope y'all got some value. We see y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, man. So we can keep giving y'all this value, keep bringing on these guests, and keep changing the game, man. We out of here just like that.